You're hot. Hot mic.
Hot mic. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. I'm about ready here. Hold on. All right, go ahead. Let's go hot.
We're hot.
That's right. It's your main man, Slick Tricky Rick, for the first ever Heroclix unboxing at From the Ashes Gaming in beautiful Wernersville, Pennsylvania. That's right. We're putting the spotlight on the Keystone State.
I don't think anyone's ever said those two words together.
Hey, just because there's a mental health facility here and we're crazy about gaming means you need to get in this stream right now because we're going to do a Heroclix Marvel War of the Realms unboxing. That's right. I'm your host with the most, Slick Tricky Rick, captain of the Guild of Mute Assassins, the most active Heroclix clan in all of Heroclix in the whole world for the last 2 years. Pandemic Schmemic.
I think that's because you had a place to play.
That might have something to do with it. I am joined by the owner, proprietor, and sponsor of the Guild of Mute Assassins, Joe. He's on the ones and twos today. Yeah. And we're spotlighting this beautiful Asgardian set of miniatures.
So unfortunately for everyone, I'm the beauty of the operation. Although I admire Heroclix from afar, whoa, hey now. I am not the brains of the Heroclix operation. I'm just here to chat with people. We need some active chat for those of you in there, and I'm here just to I don't know, keep Rick under control.
That's a mammoth task you're undertaking, but I applaud your efforts. So let's talk about this set, Joe. Before we get to our unboxing,
I think I see a theme of the set.
Let's break it down. I got lots of notes here.
I've watched you guys. It looks like Thor.
It is Thor.
And Thor.
Be the mightiest in all the realms. Thor and the Avengers take on Malekith and the other Asgardian threats based on the realms shattering, the War of the Realms event. This Heroclix set combines some of the coolest Thor stuff with the hottest gameplay of the year. Of course, it is only February, but it's the hottest gameplay of the year.
It's setting the bar.
War of the Realms is a five-figure booster set that spotlights team-building keywords such as the Asgardians, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you like villains, Masters of Evil.
These are all previous keywords, right?
They are. They are. So there's lots of figures to build around that for your themed team.
Did they bench anything in this set?
It's funny that you mentioned that about the benching of the powers. Not only are there powers benched in this set, but there are figures with unbenched powers in this set. Previously, we haven't seen these powers for over a year almost, since Wonder Woman 80th release. But before we spoil that, let's talk about the fan favorite characters in this said set, like Thor. Did we mention Thor? Captain America, Mary Jane Watson, Gamora, Wasp, Angela. Yeah, you thought she was from Spawn Comics? Nah, she's in Marvel. Yondu, Nova, Black Widow, and more. Because I don't have time to break down the old 58, 67 figures in the set. But those are some of the highlights.
12 or Thor.
12 or Thor. Avengers War of the Realms has more characters with the rally trait that was first introduced in the X-Men Rise and Fall last summer, as well as the brand new recruiter mechanic, which was just introduced in December in the Avengers Fantastic Four Empire release.
So those of us that are not What is recruiter mechanic?
Well, it's funny you would ask. A recruiter mechanic allows you to bring in a keyworded figure that shares a keyword with the recruiter. Generally, it's Avengers or Mystical or Kree or Asgardian. Anyways, if somebody on your team dies and you have somebody that shares a keyword with the recruiter, you can bring them in from your sideline into the game. Now, here's the bad part about this mechanic. Your opponent immediately scores that figure. So if it hit, misses, does damage, whatever, they're scoring that figure.
The one that came in.
The one that came in. And they scored the one that KO'd. So
okay.
You're just feeding your opponent points. Unless you specifically build around this mechanic, this is really not the greatest mechanics of all mechanics. I wouldn't even put this in the Pep Boy League, but it is a mechanic nonetheless. Other mechanics that are featured in this set is mission points, making the old triumphant return. And players can unlock all new ways to win. That's right. You don't have to KO your opponent's figures. If you get the 20 mission points, you win.
Well, when was this? The stat was
this.
I've not heard of this.
You haven't heard of this, Joe? This is.
I'm new to the Heroclix, so I don't know when that was.
This is the new steez right here.
Okay.
This is a new tactic. Like I said, you just get to 20 points, and not only that, if you have multiple figures on your team that earn mission points, they pull. So all you need to do is get the 20 mission points, and you score the full build of your opponent.
Okay.
Some people think it's kind of cheesy. This guy loves it. Also,
how does your opponent? So what does your opponent get? Whatever they've taken out to that point.
Yep.
Okay.
So if your opponent scored 150 points worth of your 300-point build, which a typical Heroclix build is 300 points. That's what the game is built around. They would score whatever they had taken, and you would score however many points their total build was.
When a character dies and had points, do those points go away?
No. That's the beautiful thing. The mission points pool. They don't have to even be alive still.
Gotcha.
Also, in this set, we got 12 brand new legacy cards for figures that are, there's a good chance they're already in your collection if you're a plastic crack addict like me for Heroclix. As you can see, we've spotlighted some here. We got the Frost Giant, Ymir, we got Surtur, we got Beta Ray Bill, we got a Thor and Loki duo, and then we got some of the Wrecking Crew with Thunderball and Bulldozer and Pile Driver.
And explain to me, because I mentioned that there was someone from the Wrecking Crew missing.
The Wrecker himself is missing from the Wrecker Crew. He is actually a prime figure in this set at the rarity level. And then we even spot and light in a little of the play-at-home kit Thor, which is a recruiter for Asgardians. So when an Asgardian keyword figure is KO'd on your team, and you haven't chosen a figure to be generated by the recruiter effect, you can generate a character with the Asgardian keyword from your sideline that has a lower point value than the chosen character. In this game, the generated character can't be replaced, and your opponent scores them immediately instead of when they're KO'd. Oh, and let's not forget about Valkyrie over here. She's from Avengers Defenders War. Now, this figure and this figure and most of these figures are from the Mighty Thor set. These over here are from the Hammer of Thor set. And, of course, we are still missing 3 figures. We are actually missing the Warriors 3. I believe it's Fandral, Hogan, and Volstagg. They are also legacy figures from the Hammer of Thor. Now, Hammer of Thor was the first set of Heroclix figures after WizKids bought the rights to the game Heroclix, because originally Heroclix was distributed by Topps, yes, the baseball card manufacturer.
Oh, didn't they do a baseball clicks
They
game?
did do sports clicks.
That is right.
So
That I remember.
if you go back in the time machine, this Thor with the chariot was the first ever convention exclusive figure released when NECA rebranded Heroclix. So that's why that's getting the legacy treatment as well.
Got it.
Not only are they iconic sculpts, but they are iconic figures in the history of Heroclix. So let's do a deep dive into the set. Let's check the notes one time. What do we got here?
I thought we were opening packs.
No. We're building to that, Joe. We're building to that, Joe. We want our fan base hyped.
So I'm asking in chat, who's your favorite Asgardian? First answer.
There you go.
Boba Fett.
Why not? So we got 16 common figures in here, 14 uncommon figures, 14 rares, plus 2 additional prime figures where they have an alternate version of a said figure at that rarity level. For instance, in this set, they have a Frogmir, and they have Frog Thor. Yes, apparently Thor was turned into a frog. Also,
Sure.
we have a Prime Wrecker at the rarity level, which combines excellent with the legacy figures of Thunderball, Bulldozer, and Pile Driver. Which actually they have a trait on their legacy cards that make them very similar to the WWE Heroclix figures, where they can't be outwitted on their top dial and they can't be ranged attacked on their top dial.
Oh.
So it's nice that they're incorporating the wrestling into Heroclix, because I don't think we're ever going to see Wave 2 of WWE Heroclix. I hate to break that news bulletin to our viewers, but
I have no comment for that.
well, when you're streaming live from the Psychic Warfare is Real studios, these are the types of tidbits our viewers get to see and hear about. So let's talk about the special mechanics in this set. I mentioned rally. We got a Black Panther that has the rally mechanic. We have a blade that if your opponent rolls a 6, he puts a rally dice on his figure, and it almost makes him impossible to kill. If your opponent keeps rolling high, they're never going to kill Blade. They also have a Lady Sif and a Yondu. We have recruiters, as I mentioned. We have Captain America that recruits for the Avengers. Baron Zemo recruits for Masters of Evil. We have a Captain Marvel that recruits for Kree. Like the Avengers didn't have enough recruiters, but we got Wasp that also recruits for them. And then we have a Doctor Strange that recruits for Mystical. And then the play-at-home Thor recruits Asgardians. And speaking of Thor, they finally did the shifting focus mechanic to Thor. So we got 3 Thors in this set that can interchange on the map, on the fly, every turn to get the optimal power set to destroy your opponent. Some of them are close combat, some of them are ranged, some of them are high defense, big reducers. We also have Vision. You might know him from the Marvel comic universe, WandaVision. Very popular character.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
No, I'm just kidding.
We got a shifting focus version of him in this set, as well as a Valkyrie that turns into the Dr. Annabelle Riggs. Don't ask me who Dr. Annabelle Riggs is, but apparently it's Valkyrie. We also get some nice little Avengers buffs.
Oh, we got a first-time chatter from Stuntman.
Yes!
I need to figure out how to put these. We need Zach. I need to figure out how to make stars appear.
We got an Avengers buff with Spider-Man at the common rarity, a common Hulk that gives out toughness to any Avenger on the map. The Spider-Man gives super senses. And then the Black Widow might be the most meta of all three because she hands out stealth. You say, what is meta, Joe? That would be the most efficient tactic available. And if you play Heroclix at From the Ashes games, you know about the meta because we're all about it.
I feel like I'm undefeated against you.
I feel that that's a bold-faced lie.
I think I beat you with your meta. You gave me a meta team. Who was that character? He had like gigantic reach. He was like slapping you across the map.
Oh, the
Apache guy.
The Apache Chief from the Batman animated series. The old trouble alerts. Call him in. I'm in trouble. So, I talked about the Avengers buff. Let's talk about the figures that you can win the game on mission points. There's a Prime Wrecker. There's a super rare Hela. And there's a super rare Macalith. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Also, we wanted to spotlight, not only does this come in a 5-figure booster set, but there's also a Dyson token pack, which has the bystanders that some of the figures generate on the back side, which include Mr. Horse, the 3 wrecking crew that the Prime Wrecker makes, Pile Driver, Thunderball, and Bulldozer, and then the super rare Hela makes Draugr Warriors, and Hex Rider's favorite figure of this set, the rare King Olix, makes Rock Trolls. Because that's all my man wants to do is make Rock Trolls.
Well, I want some Rock Trolls.
Well, who doesn't?
I don't know. Where's Zach? Is Zach out there? Maybe we need to do the Wrecking Crew for Marvel Champions.
Maybe. So
tie these things together.
The play-at-home kit comes with a double-sided map. Now, I believe
I see the Fountain of Asgard.
we are spotlighting the Fountain of Asgard. This is actually a reprint of a map that came out with the Hammer of Thor. And on opposite side of the map, there is also another reprinted map from the history of the game, from the 20-year history of the game. That's right, folks. 2022. 20 years of Heroclix. If you don't know what Heroclix is, you're not alone because they don't advertise very well.
You probably have a bigger bank account if you don't know what HeroClix is.
Yeah, that probably is definitely a direct connection there.
I'm trying to figure out this map. What are these rainbow things over there on the side?
That's actually blocking terrain. And
blocking terrain.
It's just nothing more than it appears to be a tent that you cannot enter.
See, I thought it was like the Rainbow Bridge thing. Is that like Heimdall calling them? Like, are they?
It could be. You never know. And then when you do know, we always change the questions.
There you have it.
So we've talked about the play-at-home kit. We talked about the Dyson token set. We also have a Fast Forces that spotlights Thor, Black Widow, Black Panther, Loki, the Enchantress, and Executioner.
What is the blue border here? I know we got the levels. We got red is elevation. Yeah.
The green and white is hindering. And that's
What's
just
this
for
blue?
line. That would be water, sir.
Oh, that's the actual fountain. Okay.
That is the actual Fountain of Asgard, right down the middle. Whoop. And this is, I believe, an outdoor map. There's also indoor maps, but none of them in this particular set. They're both, the double-sided map is both outdoor maps on both sides. So, without further ado, I think it's actually time to crack this brick.
Are we ready?
I don't know if you're ready, but
I don't know.
I think the people at home are more than ready.
We got 8 viewers.
All right, well.
I guess no one likes the Asgardians. I don't know.
All right,
I keep getting Boba Fett.
For the Ocho viewers, the dozens and dozens of you out there, here we go with booster number 1 of 10.
I'm wondering. I'm like, is our camera off? No, because
There we go. Push the button.
I was on the Twitch stream and there was a delay. So here we go. Here are the cards.
Oh, well, thank you.
You get the cards.
Well, we have a shifting focus Thor at the common rarity.
Is that?
He's all the way to right there.
Right here. That would be this said Thor.
Yep. And then we have the Hulk that gives all friendly characters that have the Avengers keyword.
I feel like the Avengers are assembling here.
They are assembling. In fact, this is an all Avengers pack. We have the captain himself, Mr. America, Captain America. And then, I lied. Enchantress.
Nope,
No,
Avenger.
she is not an Avenger. She's an Asgardian. She's a master of evil, and she's mystical. And then, once again, we have Jane Foster as Thor. And this is actually pretty cool because it makes a Mulnir, which is Thor's hammer, if you haven't heard. And it kind of moves around the board on its own.
Okay.
And then if it runs into blocking terrain or an opponent, it either destroys the blocking terrain or makes a close
I can't
combat
even get her
attack.
out. She's like on there. I was gonna try and show people her dial because she has that silver.
She
but
does have the
she's very-
unique ring around
You
her.
get her out of there because I feel like I'm gonna knock her. She's very fragile. My Rex just going right in. Like,
There you go, sir.
yeah. See, I don't know if we can get a picture. That silver around the outside.
Yes, that means that you can only play one of her per team.
I will say the sculpt is pretty good.
They have improved their sculpts.
But having said that, from what I've seen from this set, the painting has not been as good as in the last couple.
I concur.
It looked like the blockier old so I've tried to play Heroclix a few times. The rule set is not like I feel like I'm an educated person, and this game made me feel like an idiot when I'm slowly learning it. But
I think the rule book
like
does
she
have
looks
like
good,
60
but
pages.
when I look at some of the other ones, they look kind of blocky.
Yeah.
You know, like the old paint jobs.
Looks like she is a little broken as well.
Is she?
Yeah. But
She's only held on there by. It's a cool idea.
yeah. All right, so that's pack
Oh,
number
there you go. Box 1.
Box 1 of 10.
We didn't get any sound effects in that box.
Oh.
Do we? That was like a. Was it like a meh?
That was a meh. We're not even going to give it a sound effect.
Not even worthy.
It's not worthy.
Not even worthy. There we go.
All right, here we go, Joe.
I am.
Pull
I'm
something.
just gonna give you some cards here.
Bam.
Here's some cards,
Boom. Okay.
and we will.
We're going to talk about. There's a Spider-Man in
Oh,
there.
I see a Spider-Man. I see a Groot.
That is the Miles Morales Spider-Man, by the way. That is not a Peter
yeah.
Parker. And that is also one that helps out the Avengers by giving all Avengers on your team super senses. And
There's
you say,
another
what
one.
is super senses? Super senses allows you to evade attacks on a roll of a 5 or a 6 on a roll of a D6. So
I'm aware of all these except Hercules.
Hercules.
So we got Spider-Man.
We got Spider-Man. I see a Black Widow.
They're Black Widow. You said Black Widow was meta. Is that the meta piece?
That is the meta piece at the common rarity, too.
common rarity. Wow.
Not only does she give out stealth to all your Avengers, making them more
Within
difficult to
a certain range,
Nope,
or
just on the map. But she moves without having to break away.
Oh, that's.
So-
I'm not very good at the game, but I know that's good.
But if you fail breakaway, your action ends.
yeah.
Her action will never end. Even if you have plasticity, you cannot lock this lady down.
Oh, nice.
Now, Hercules,
He looks large.
I don't know if he's in charge, though. He's kind of
not with
he's
that
kind of
green and
meh.
yellow, like, I don't
He
know.
is 9 clicks long, though. Let's talk about
Okay.
that. He does have damage reducers for his first 6 clicks. He has a little charge, and he has a little close combat expert. Then he switches over into plasticity with invulnerability and close combat expert. And finally, he finishes on his last 3 clicks of his dial with flurry, steel energy, and super senses. Now, he does have an improved movement ability where he can run through walls and blocking terrain like it's
Who
not
was that?
even there. Hercules.
Okay. I was responding to Stuntman. That's James, right?
Yeah, it is James, our teammate.
He's saying that's not the. I'm telling him this is a prop. This is like a. This is a come to our web store that we don't have yet and buy some of these. So
Absolutely.
So we'll work on that. Someone will work on that. I got a team or wait no.
Not yet.
No.
It's in the works.
Yeah.
Big plans for From the Ashes Gaming.
I need about 60 hours per day. is what I need.
Let me check the math.
Are we on the Groot?
I was contemplating the math of 60 hours in one day there. It sounds like a
Well,
Scott
it's the
Steiner.
square root of pi minus Scott who? Steiner?
Yeah, I think you have about 142 and 2/3 chance of not getting 60 hours.
Who are we turning heel, by the way?
Scott Porter.
Scott Porter.
The actor.
Hashtag.
Turn him heel.
Yeah,
we don't want him as a face.
Yeah, he's like John Cena.
Exactly. All right, so let's talk about
no one wants that.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Also,
he should have a long dial.
He is only 55 points, and he does have 6 clicks.
And
but he does have a giant reach of 3 because he's Groot. And I'm surprised that all his powers are not I am Groot, but he is Groot is coming, surprise, Flora Colossus. Who are you calling a tree? Not okay with shooting Groot's oldest friends, but for this set, they introduced a team ability called Guardians of the Galaxy, and that entails figures like Groot, which their combat values can't be modified by opposing characters' effects. So
okay.
If you want to perplex down Groot, you can't do it. And then finally, we did pull a super rare in there.
Is it? I didn't even know.
Doctor Strange. Now he's also meta, at least for the next couple of months, because he has probably the best recruiter trait out of all the recruiters, because he can bring in mystical keyword figures. And guess what? There's 10-point mystical figures. There's 15-point mystical figures. So you're really not giving up that many points to your opponent to bring them in.
Okay.
So that's why he's all right. And he doesn't have move and attack, but he does have prob, and he does have the Mystics team ability. So if you damage him, you're going to take a point of penetrating damage. And he does have the Defender's team ability, which allows him to share his defense with other characters that have the Defender's team ability. So he's
so
a
when
good...
I pass this over to you, I want to point out the painting, the tactical rock under Hercules. I mean, look at the paint job on it. Like that's poor.
Oh my goodness.
The yellow is on like that.
What is?
So I said I was raving about their sculpts and paint jobs, and now I feel like they
that ground underneath. That's a
tactical rock.
Yeah, it's a tactical rock. They had that. They just added that to the figures. I swear. So you can't.
They look bigger now.
Yeah, they made them. I think they went from 146 scale to 144th.
Oh. Okay.
But that's pack number 2. Let's go. Here we go. We have the villain of the set. The villain.
Is that the? I think I know who that is.
That would be 055 super rare Mikaelith.
Yeah.
But before we talk about him, we got to go to the undercard.
He's pretty sweet.
Well, you've already seen Spider-Man and Enchantress. We've talked about them.
We're going to turn some of these around.
We have Vision. That is the shifting focus Vision. That's one of 2. That one can, like Hercules, it can run right through walls and blocking terrain.
Makes sense.
I
want to look at Enchantress. Can I see Enchantress?
Absolutely. Shazam. No, Enchantress. So Vision.
You will love me. That's her ability.
That's
you
right.
Us that last time. I feel like I missed out.
You know what? Some of the flavor text on these are absolutely phenomenal. Like Vision here, come in like a wrecking ball. Come on. Somebody should be singing those lyrics. Vision also has reducers for all 6 clicks, and he starts off with an ability that when he moves, after resolutions, you can deal an adjacent and opposing character 1 damage, which actually helped me KO the super rare Glitter Daredevil in a Battle Royal today with that ability. And then we got, not the Sexecutioner, but the Executioner, a.k.a. the Scourge. And
I feel like his axe is a little small for his body.
That's a 9-click dial.
Wow.
For 90 points. So 10 points per click.
So is that good? See, I don't know.
That is good.
I don't
Anytime
know the math for Heroclix.
This is how it adds up. If you can get it 10 points or less per click, you're doing good.
Okay.
That's
Base, just not even counting their abilities.
Just 10 points or less. That's a good starting point.
All right.
And click efficiency.
Probability control.
Probability.
I know you guys always want that.
That's absolutely.
Sidestep's always good.
Yes.
Carrying stuff.
Yep. Flyers or ability to carry. That's always big. Telekinesis is big.
I saw Enchantress has that for half her dial. And then she has poison, I believe.
She does.
Look at that.
She also has some mastermind, so when she's late dial, she can mastermind the damage off to somebody else.
Oh.
And continue to poison.
And allure. Allure token.
Oh, let's talk about the allure token. When an opposing character with an allure token attacks the Enchantress, modify their attack and damage -1. Well, how does she get an allure token on an opponent? Well, she has to hit him.
She hit him with
any hit target.
Oh, okay. I thought I misread.
And she has 2 lightning bolts, so she could dual target somebody and then give. If she hits them both, she doesn't even have to damage them. If she hits them, they get allure tokens, and now they're -1.
Does super senses, is that still a hit or is that not a hit?
That would be an evade. That would not be a hit.
Okay.
If they super sense out of it, they would not
get
a
senses.
Stupid senses.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah. And then finally, let's spotlight Michaela, because this is.
Before we go to Michaela, I'm starting to see it. There's a lot of green and yellow here. What is with the green and yellow?
I don't know. Maybe they knew that St. Patty's Day is right around the corner.
Are they trying to cut corners and like?
Yeah,
we're just gonna use the same paint.
We got green and we got yellow.
We gotta get rid of some of this green and yellow, guys. We can only make so many visions. We're gonna give Hercules a ridiculous green and yellow costume.
Yeah, I don't know.
And put some on the tactical rock.
I don't make mine Marvel, so I don't know the story about that outfit, but it's something. I know that is definitely the traditional vision.
Yeah.
But
I think that's Enchantress too, isn't it?
I think so too.
All right, back to that, because this is not one I'm totally familiar with.
Michaela.
I'm going to pull Michaela out here.
Okay.
If I can.
He can open the casket of ancient winners.
Let's see if we can.
Incapacitate. And when a friendly character uses Incapacitate, after resolutions, gain 1 mission point for each hit character that was given a second action token. So this dude has triple target incap.
So you want to hit people with action tokens in hopes of giving them a second one to get those
mission points. Correct. MPs.
Because you need 20.
20. But he can get 3 at a pop if everything is copacetic.
How common are the characters with mission point? Like, if you were building... So, Rick in the lab, if you're building that, are you looking for all characters that are building mission points?
I'm definitely stacking more than one, for sure. I'm trying to probably go off of keywords like this. Michaela has Asgardian, Mystical, and Ruler. I'm probably going after Ruler because there's several rulers that have mission point victory conditions. Mystical might have more than one.
Up of this. Oh, they're pretty good sculpt here.
Well, it is a super rare. It's a 100-point figure, 9 clicks, so it's just over 10 points a click. But it does penetrating damage for close attacks its whole dial. It has blades. It can reduce damage with impervious on its first 5 clicks. It also has stealth on its first 5 clicks. And then back dial, it gets some sidestep and some super senses. But it's also... Michaela's also has the Mystic's team ability, so each time this figure takes damage from an opposing attack, after resolutions, you deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage. That is a team ability that is uncopyable, and it's pretty powerful, actually. It used to be really, really meta because it used to be copyable back in the day, and anybody would wildcard it, but times are a-changing.
Oh, man down. We got boxes down. Oh, I just made it worse.
All right, so.
What are we on? What is this? Pack what?
Pack number 4.
Pack number 4. We got 2 super rare. We got back-to-back super rares, right?
We did.
We did.
So I anticipate, hopefully,
Here we go. Without
one more super rare, a chase.
we got a bag in this one.
Ooh.
Now, having said that, there's nothing in the bag.
Well, the cards were supposed to be in said bag.
Oh. Oh, there we go.
Typical Whiz Kids quality control.
Oh, I was gonna say we got another green and yellow, but that is Hercules again,
All right, so we've talked about Hercules.
and he still has a lot of paint on.
We also have the other version
Is that another
of
super
Vision.
rare? I feel like there's another super rare.
There is another super rare.
Lucky.
That would be the super rare Thanos. But all right, let's not talk about Hercules. We
These
kind
are
of
used boxes.
we touched base
We're
on
outta
him. Did we
here.
talk about Blade?
I don't know. If
I don't think we
talked
did.
about it. Chat, did we talk about Blade? I don't know.
I don't know. Blade is probably one of the better figures at the common rarity.
Oh.
He is an Avenger, a Midnight Sun. He also is a monster and mystical.
Stuntman spotted Thanos right away. I'm gonna.
He also has a rally dice trait that I mentioned briefly earlier. When an opposing attack roll contains a 6, after resolutions, you put a rally dice on his card. And then when he would be KO'd by an opposing character, instead of dying, you just remove his rally dice and you turn him to click 6. Now today, in our Battle Royal, I believe Nicole had Blade, and he had 9 rally dices at the end. There was no way the 3 of us were going to kill Blade anytime soon in that game. That's pretty stupendous. He's also a team player, which means he can copy copyable team abilities. And he also has monster and mystical keywords, which makes him a really... Those are really strong keywords to build teams with right now. So he can easily be combined with Blackheart.
What is it?
Blade, monster and mystical.
Okay.
And then let's talk about that shifting focus Vision,
Oh,
the clear one.
We got a clear one here.
Yep.
We'll put him on camera.
And this has a density shift, just like the
Having
last
trouble
one. He has a
focusing
little
on the clear, translucent vision.
when he has phasing teleport, and when he is given a move action, after resolutions, you may give an action token to an opposing character that he moved through. So he just
See, that would work with your.
McAuliffe.
Yeah. Look at that. See, I'm not even in the lab, but I'm kind of.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
I see that.
All right, let's talk about Nebula.
Yeah, we got Nebula.
She's
in
another
there.
Guardians of the Galaxy. She has a nice little trait, constantly improving, which is free. Heal Nebula, 1 click. So she's 5 clicks long. She alternates between energy, shield deflection, and combat reflexes. So if she's still alive, you can heal her 1 click every turn. She has guns out to start, a little running shot with a penetrating psychic blast and energy shield deflection, and then she swaps up the stealth blades and close combat expert.
See, like her again, I feel like the paint job is good, but I felt like there was shadow. Like it felt like some levels to the paint in the last couple sets, but almost like a wash was on them before. That's not on them now. They're just
You know, Wiz kids, they could be changing plants every set. Anything is possible.
That's true.
Now let's talk about Thanos, the big baddie in that pack. An infinity Mulnir of my own creation. When he hits, you roll a d6, and he can shoot out of adjacency, which means if you base him, he can still shoot you right in the face.
All right, I got a question.
I might even have an answer.
He has an X on his
That would be improved targeting that I just mentioned.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So if you hit
he can
with an
target
attack, he can, after resolutions, he might be able to use mind control as a free action. He might increase the damage dealt to the hit target by 1. He might generate a hindering, blocking, or watering terrain square adjacent to a hit character. He might even heal two clicks. He might even place a hit character 5 squares away from their current square. And lastly, he has the potential to use probability control, and opposing characters can't use probability control until your next turn.
I'm like,
what a save.
I know. I feel like he's expensive. You just read a lot of stuff.
Well, he has 150 points, so he's half your build. So,
there you have it.
but he has 3 targets: running shot, penetrating psychic blast, 19 top dial defense with 5 damage. So he's going to be wrecking. He might be one shot in figures until he dies, but he does have a stop click at the very end of his dial, which also has regeneration, and that he can reduce penetrating damage with impervious. So if you don't regen him, there's a possibility that even if you do penetrating damage to him on his last click, that he might not take any damage from it. And that's a big deal. That's definitely a big deal. So that, you know what? I gotta give that pack a clap.
Oh, there we go.
That was definitely our best booster so far, in my humble opinion.
We are expecting a chase.
We are. I'm also expecting a bunch of rares now, because I think we've pulled every super rare in this particular brick, because bricks only average 3 super rares. If you get more than 3 super rares, you hit the Heroclix lottery.
Yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna fall into the not spectacular pack.
Okay.
Although looking at this, I'm gonna rate the characters. I'm giving. Ooh, this is a tough one, because the Valkyrie looks pretty cool.
Well, ironically, she is the highest rarity of all the figures in
But
there.
I kind of like Nova.
I like Nova for sealed events. I think he's pretty good.
So I'm looking at this pack. This looks like all new stuff.
I don't think we've touched on any of these.
So we're starting with who? Spider-Man, or what are we? Or at the other one? Black Panther.
Let's go Black Panther.
Black Panther.
That's all right. Wakanda forever. As we celebrate Black History Month.
Yeah, you just did a tournament today. What?
That's right.
All
Black superheroes matter.
Yeah. I was surprised at the teams. There was a lot of variety in the minus the one.
Yeah, Teen Lantern.
Teen Lantern
is
made
the most popular black HeroClix figure of the day today.
Yeah.
Of course, barrier and probability control, that's pretty good. But let's talk about Black Panther. He has a rally trait and says when friendly attack rolls that include a 1, you can put a rally dice on them. So anytime your rolls are pathetic, you get a rally dice. And then he can remove that rally dice when an opposing character uses leadership. He can remove the rally dice to replace the D6 result. So if you rolled a 6 for leadership and you think you're going to take an action off of a figure adjacent to your leader, no. Black Panther says here's a 1, and you'll remain tokened up. He also has leadership himself to take off action tokens on figures that are less than 45 points or share keywords such as Avengers, Fantastic Four, Wakanda, Ruler, or Warrior.
What was Groot? He was 45 points, wasn't he?
He was.
So that one.
It wouldn't work because they're equal.
But you said there's a lot of lower ones.
Unless Groot shares a keyword with him. I don't know if Groot has Warrior. If Groot has Warrior, he could leadership off of him. I want to talk about Spider-Man next. I think this is the lamer of the Spider-Man, the one with the shield and the helmet. That is Peter Parker, by the way. That is not Miles Morales. He does have the Spider-Man team ability, which is the ability to wild card other friendly team abilities that are copyable.
Okay.
He has Charge, Quake, Super Senses, and Exploit Weakness top dial. So he can charge 5 squares, and he can either target 2 figures because he has 2 lightning bolts for a close attack, or he could target anybody he's adjacent to with Quake, and all the damage would be penetrating because of exploit weakness. Obviously, you probably want to use the Quake and spread it out to 3 or more figures, but if you can only get next to 2, you're probably still going to use Quake because if you split the damage of 3, you're getting 1 and 2, so Quake's the better option there, at least top dial. Then he turns into a sidestep and incapacitator outwitter. Kid Loki.
Yeah, I just saw that.
That's another Loki. That's Loki Lofison, the younger version. That's also a Guardians of the Galaxy, so he can team up with Groot and Nebula and Star-Lord.
Star-Lord in the set?
I think there may be one in...
Because Rocket is one of the chases, right?
Yes, Rocket Raccoon is probably the most desirable of all the chases. So hopefully, in the half of brick left, hopefully we can find one of them. So Kid Loki has We Save the Galaxy, which is a trait that if you have 053A Destroyer, and Kid Loki's a next Destroyer is like I don't know, he's a big, I think it might even be Thor Odinson or Odin. I think it might be Odin in a like an armor suit. He's a giant. Anyways, Kid Loki can give that figure a move action, and then afterwards, it can make an attack. So that's pretty good. And the figure's a giant, so he can carry Kid Loki around to do that. Oh. And then he can give himself an action to make another attack. Here's where it gets crazy. Because I am absolutely convinced WizKids does not know their own game. The way they wrote this power, it says, power, if he is adjacent to a friendly character, friendly destroyer, give that destroyer a move action as free. After resolutions, the destroyer may make an attack. And here's the crazy part. Because it's a different sentence with a period that says after resolutions, destroyer may make an attack. You can give, if you say you have 3 Kid Lokis in destroyer, because I know you can do that under 300 points. Or it might be 300 points right on the button. You can give 1 Kid Loki a power action to move the destroyer and then make an attack, leaving the 2 other Kid Lokis behind. You can then give them a power action to make that one make an attack. You can't move them, but because it's after resolutions, may make an attack. They can be in your starting area to make destroyer attack, which is, that's pretty crazy. Ironically, I haven't pulled a destroyer, but I have about 8 Kid Lokis ready to go.
Is destroyer chase?
No, he's super rare. And then there's also a super rare prime version as well.
No. You don't have either?
No, I wasn't that fortunate. Let's talk about Nova.
And I think we're out of super rares in this break.
I think so too. Let's talk about Nova. And he's another Guardian of the Galaxy. I didn't know. I always thought he was in the Nova Corps, but what do I know? He also has that keyword, Avengers, Cosmic, Police, and Soldier. He also has the Guardians of the Galaxy team ability and the Police team ability, which is, it's actually a pretty good team ability. If an adjacent friendly character makes a ranged attack and he has line of fire to the target, you reduce the defense of the target by 1.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a negative perplex for a ranged attack on defense, which, like I said, very good. But the thing that's really good about him is when if he doesn't have any action tokens, he can do a 10 square charge. He also has running shot. He has both charge and running shot. He has a special speed power that enables him to do both of them, which is, normally it's one or the other. But the charge even has more stipulations. As I said, if he doesn't have any action tokens, he can go full 10 squares and punch you in the face. And he has close combat expert, which means he's got a 12 attack for 4 damage. Or he can move 5 squares and shoot 6 for penetrating damage for 3. So depending on what your target has, if they're susceptible to ranged attacks or close attacks, he has the options. And then the rare figure in this particular booster is Valkyrie, the lone defender of Asgard. She can reduce penetrating damage
Someone's asking, is it Richard Ryder Nova or Little Kid?
It is Richard Ryder.
Richard Ryder. Sorry, I missed the chat there.
There you go. Instant gratification. That's what we do here.
Well, I don't know how instant it was because I was on the other screen, so I didn't see the chat.
All right, well, not so instant gratification.
Or I keep forgetting that the chat is on this. See, so this is Zach's territory. I'm usually on the other side. I'm not on the computer side.
Well,
I'm not usually on the 1s and 2s.
I appreciate you on the 1s and 2s. Let's see here. As I mentioned, she can reduce penetrating damage, and when she's dealt damage by an adjacent character, you reduce the damage taken by an additional 1. And she has invulnerability, so if it's not penetrating damage, well, even if it is penetrating damage, if it's penetrating damage from an adjacent figure, she can't reduce it. If it's a non-adjacent, she can reduce it. So if she gets shot by Psychic Blast, she can reduce it by 3. That's pretty good. So that's going to be booster number 5.
5?
5. We're halfway done.
All right, we are going to take a quick little break here, about maybe 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
I need a drink.
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
parched.
He's perched.
Yeah, so
all right.
We're going to test this out. Look at this.
Check. See, show him the new screen.
Yeah, we're going to, we will be right back.
All right, thank you.
All right, we are back. That was I needed a break there.
I thought I was doing all the talking. How are you perched?
Been working all day.
Jeez.
Working on little. Are we? Yeah, we're good.
All right, back to. This is
the second
number
half of the
6.
box.
The second half of the brick. Here we go.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
Now this, I don't know what this is. It looks like a massive mass in there. But I see a figure missing a thing, so I'm guessing that.
We just pulled a chase.
Okay, so just for the record, we got one. We literally have. I don't even know what to say because
Do we have the
Lady
base?
Sith is off the base.
Is
And
it
her
in the head? She's been decapitated.
She was decapitated by whatever this is.
Oh, I know what that is. That is the greatest looking Chase figure of the set.
I mean, I've seen it on the back, so
Right.
I was waiting.
It's not Rocket Raccoon, but
and Valkyrie also.
Oh my goodness.
Now, having said that, whoa. Thunderstrike. All right. Well, I don't even know. We got. That's going to require some surgery. I don't.
This
know
booster has left Joe speechless. It's a good thing he just got a drink.
I don't know that Lady Sif ever recovers from that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Are we saving this? Are we?
That's definitely going to be last.
There's nothing for this pack because I feel like,
Oh,
we got bubble wrap and a decapitated Lady Sif. I mean, yeah, I don't know what just happened there.
that's what happened, brother.
Wow.
All right, so let's talk about Hawkeye. Let's go common first. Is that thing still together?
Hawkeye is one of these survivors.
Okay.
And I'm going with that's a Kate Bishop Hawkeye.
I was just going to say, this is not your traditional Hawkeye. That is Kate Bishop.
Oh, Stuntman. He thought it was Black Widow at first, but he corrected himself.
Oh. She has a little sneak a peek.
What?
That's right. Kate Bishop has a power called sneak a peek. She can sidestep. She can running shot. She can psychic blast you with a 12 attack for 3 damage. Top dial. 5 clicks, 50 points. Avengers.
I'm pretty sure if you put Lady Sif's head out on the board, you can sneak a peek somewhere where she's not. I mean, is that okay that one's broken when you get a chase in the back? Like, does that...
No, but it is what it is.
I mean, it isn't... What, is that
that's why this is why they sell glue. As a longtime collector, I know that.
Aren't these pre-assembled and pre-painted?
Yeah, they are.
All right. And you need glue.
And I still need glue.
Now that I said it out loud, it makes perfect sense.
Absolutely. The next figure we're going to spotlight out of that pack is the decapitated Lady Sif.
I mean, she's
done for. I don't know if there's enough crazy
The only
glue.
thing left on the base are the feet and the tactical rock. And then she's in 2 other pieces.
She can charge. She can flurry. She can blades. And she has leadership. So that's pretty cool. And if that's not enough, she has a rally ability that if a friendly attack roll has a 1, she can remove her rally dice and make a close attack just by removing that rally dice. So there's a potential for her to charge up and make 3 attacks.
Need a picture of a if you can salvage this. So we'll look later. The head is very salvageable.
I think I might have to talk to Dr. Frankenstein.
I bet Scott Porter doesn't get these broken.
Probably not. That's why he's a face, not a heel. That's why we're the heels of Heroclix.
That's fine. All right, where are we at?
Valkyrie? Is she still together?
Well, she's an easy fix. She can be glued back to the base. Right.
That's a shifting focus figure. That's the one that swaps up with Dr. Annabelle Riggs. But that's the combat version of her. She has charge blades, combat reflexes, 5 clicks. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Those of you in chat, does anyone know?
Guardians of the Galaxy keyword, so she can be teamed up with Nebula, Groot, and all them cool people. Rocket Raccoon.
When we took the break, believe it or not, that was not a cigarette break for Rick. That was totally me. He was already opening the next bat. She died in the battle gloriously.
She died in the mail gloriously, that's for sure. Thank you, UPS or whoever brings the product.
Oh, or the heavy...
So this pack, actually, we got a rare and a chase in. Thunderstrike is a rare, so it's nice.
Yeah, I was looking at Thunderstrike. That looks...
That's
he's a villain, I'm assuming, right? Or, I don't know who Thunderstrike is.
Well, it's Kevin Masterson. I mean, that
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah, that clarifies it all. He's Asgardian, he's Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's a warrior. He has a charge with penetrating psychic blast and quake. Now, I don't know how much penetrating psychic blast and charge combo together, but the quake and charge does. And he does 4 damage on his top dial, and he's 7 clicks long. So, but he's 75 points, so he's a quarter of your build. Now,
and Ryan, I believe, he doesn't know what Heroclix is. So Ryan, Heroclix is I would call it a miniatures game. It's played on a 2-dimensional map. It is called Heroclix because.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm afraid something else might break. They have little dials, and all the stats are. Let me get it on the camera here. Make sure I'm on the right thing. Not easy to see are on there, and as you take damage, you turn these dials, and their stats could change, their abilities could change until you get to the deadly KO. And then they are KO'd.
You just got knocked out.
Yep. So that is where it comes from. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very hard game. There's a lot of rules. I appreciate the game. I just don't have the mental capacity to put into it to be good at it. But it is a solid game with a lot of strategy.
It is definitely superhero chess for sure.
And there is that, I'll call it deck building, like you're building your team.
Yes.
Using abilities, and there's a lot of moving parts.
All teams are built off of points. They're in increments of 100. The standard game is 300 points, but you can build it at any increment of 100, either higher or lower. But let's talk about the final piece in that pack. I might even have to give that thing a sound effect because it's a chase, baby. It's the Human Torch.
Wait, you skipped Lady Sif, or did we do Lady Sif?
No, we did Lady Sif.
I'm out of it.
Jeez.
Okay. Here we go. The unveiling of said. Oh, look at this is the Lady Sif killer right here. Literally just landed on top of her and decapitated her. I lied. She still has part of her feet, but she lost some heels in the battle. I mean, so.
You took out her cankles?
Yeah, all of it. Like, it was as noted, died gloriously.
All right, well.
I mean, if you die to this figure.
I was going to say.
Hey, do you have this one yet?
I do not. So
Look at that.
I'm very excited to add it to the old collection because this has a game-breaking mechanic. Now, the figure is 100 points.
Well,
or 50.
Yeah.
But you really want that.
And for those, Ryan, like someone new to this, some figures have two. You can set them at different dial states. So there's 100 point.
There's 100
would be the
point,
full
8
end of the
clicks,
dial.
or you can get 4 clicks for 50. Now, the reason you want to play this thing top dial is because of a special damage power. A special attack power. It's called Burning Up. Poison, but deals damage even if moved or placed this turn. Poison, normally, you can't do that. You cannot move and then poison. You can't be placed, then poison.
And what does poison do? That's
Poison is a way of dealing damage without rolling dice, and that's why it's so good. You deal 1 point of damage to any figure that's adjacent to it. And then, on top of that, he has a trait that says the Eternal Flame of Destruction. Human Torch deals penetrating damage. So that poison is 1 point of penetrating damage. So you just carry him on up, and anybody he's adjacent to after the carry, you poison for 1 point of damage. And then it also has another thing. In that same trait, he has free, choose a debris marker within range. Opposing characters occupying or adjacent to the marker are dealt 1 damage.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's 1 penetrating damage because all his damage that he deals is penetrating. So that's pretty nasty. Now, he does start with a running shot with probability control, 7 range, 2 targets, and he has an 18 defense with energy shield deflection. Now, if you play him low dial, he starts with sidestep, energy explosion, toughness, and enhancement. But the ability to deal damage without rolling dice is big in this game. And if you can do that ever, you're going to want to do that. And if that's not enough, I bet you that guy has an X on his dial. Because not only does he have an improved movement, he also has an improved targeting. So he can move through blocking, and he can shoot through blocking terrain. Only one square blocking terrain, but still. And he can move through as many pieces as he feels fit to move through for movement purposes. But he can shoot through a wall.
Ryan, you brought it up. Usually they're here on Sundays. I can't really lie. It is. If you want to play competitively, it's an expensive game. It's a never-ending arms race. Is what it is. But they sell things called fast forces. You get like 5 figures.
Here's.
Yeah, what are they? Are
it's a pre-built
$17.99.
Yeah.
So you get a team of 6 characters, and you can. And if you ask Rick nicely. I lie. If you show any interest at all, Rick will bring you like 5 teams.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all about expanding our play group. So if you have any interest in learning how to play, show up any Sunday.
If you say what is Hero, he'll have 4 teams. You just lost an hour of your life. He's going to tell you.
Hey, I'm an ambassador for the game.
He is an ambassador for the game. That is a cool figure.
That is a very cool figure. That ironically, heel Scott Porter opened that figure as well.
See, I think his packs are loaded.
I know they're loaded.
I
mean, if we don't want to talk about gripes.
Does he say any? Is there a lady Sith killer ability? Because I feel like one should be written on that card. Like, hey, Lady Sith, adios.
Let me check out
there you go.
The flames, massive heal. I don't know. Burning inside me, the power to destroy the 9 worlds, all things before me. Born of fire, the fates themselves have decreed. The end of time is nigh. And that's probably what happened. He probably
we have not seen this in a while.
Uh-oh.
I got some yellow and green.
And a prime. We got a prime.
And that is Kermit the Frog.
Frog Thor.
Oh, there's Scar. We got. That looks like the Loki. That looks like the other Loki from the TV show.
That is yet another Loki in this set. Yes.
Yeah. Is he one of the ones that can switch around?
No, he is not. But let's talk about him.
Okay,
because I do like him. I think he has potential.
Okay.
Because this is why he has illusions and trickery.
Oh.
And you can't spell Rick without trickery. Just so you know.
Do you have to say both? Because isn't illusions trickery or?
Hey, I'm just reading what the card says. During force construction, you may add additional Loki 007 at 10 points if you have one at 50 points on your starting force. Now here's where it gets nuts. For every...
So would you use that same Loki?
I would play one at 50 points.
Okay.
And then I would play as many as I can fit into my build at 10 points of a pop. Because...
Are they the same Loki?
It is...
Like on the same dial?
No. The 50-point version has 5 clicks. And starts off with stealth, a 10 attack, super senses, and probability control. We've established probability control is a strong power in this game.
For those that don't know, it allows rerolls. You can force your opponents to reroll.
Yeah, you can reroll your attack or your opponent's attack or breakaways. That's it. That's the only thing that probability control does anymore.
Not super senses.
Not super senses, not blades, claws, fangs, not shape of the change. breakaways, and attacks. However, if you have two of those Lokis on your team, you automatically get +1 actions to your action pool. If you have 5 or more, you get 2 additional actions to your action pool.
James said doubles for days. What is? I think the chat had something to do with me.
That probably doubles of what we're pulling. Definitely with the Frog Thor. That is only my 4th.
Who said run an ad, dummy?
That's WizKids.
No, that was Zach, I think.
So the advantage of
we did get 2 new followers today. That would be
whoop, whoop.
James and Nigel. Thank you.
Thank you. So the advantage of playing them at 10 points, Joe, is you get a 1-click dial with the same stats as the 50-point dial.
I see what James is saying for people like Ryan. There are plenty of these guys. Anyone that plays Heroclix has commons, uncommons, like just
right.
That's right. That's where the double for days came in. Gotcha. Thanks, James.
Clear as mud, James. Thank you.
It makes sense when you say
now.
It
Yeah, now. So you could have, for 100 points, you could have 6 probability controls on your team, and still have 2/3 of your build to go. And you could do that under Asgardian, deity, or a mystical build. Thus, the advantage of playing lots of Loki.
So, you're not getting any double Lokis.
Yes, Rick is not giving up any Lokis. You could have all the lady Siths you want, but
decapitated
all
or
the
not,
Lokis are mine. Who are you calling loco?
Well.
All right, let's go to Scarlet Witch next. She's actually pretty good too. For 30 points, you get 4.
The sculpt's lame.
The sculpt is kind of lame, but
it's Scarlet Witch.
It's Scarlet Witch, exactly.
What is that?
It's Wanda Maximoff, of course. She has the Avengers keyword, Lativaria, Young Avengers, and Mystical. And I honestly like her for Lativaria, but she's also good for Avengers too. But she has phasing teleport, passenger 3, so she can be your taxi for your three characters on your team as long as she shares a keyword with them.
Okay.
And then she also has probability control, which if you haven't...
We've already established.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you haven't figured it out, we've established that's a great power. Now... We got a Captain America. I don't think we talked about this one. No, we did not. Yeah. There are multiple Captain Americas in this set, but I don't think we talked about this one.
This is baby blue.
Yeah, this is common 002. He has the Avengers team ability and the Shield team ability. He's 6 clicks long. No, I lie. He's 7 clicks long for 60 points. So we're under that 10-point per click barrier, which is good. However, he doesn't have any reducers to start the game, but he does have charge and energy shield deflection. He has a 6 range with 2 targets and leadership. I like her. I like him because he can be easily put on shield theme teams, and shield team ability is a pretty strong team ability because an adjacent friendly character modifies his range by 1. If he's adjacent to a dude with the shield team ability. Mm-hmm. Or you could give that Captain America a power action, and the character adjacent to him modifies his damage +1. So it's almost like a double perplex for a power action. You modify range and damage +1. I like that. Anytime I can manipulate more than one stat, I'm all about it. Now... We're on to Donald Blake. Now,
because I'm looking at him. He's carrying a stick. He has like a crazy beard, and then I'm looking down. He hits 3 people in melee.
Indeed, he does, sir. And here's where it gets absolutely nuts. And James can attest to this, the gentleman in our chat. This dude took out the High Father yesterday in a tournament because High Father... When this dude hits, I should say when he makes close attacks, his targets can't use defensive powers. So you don't even have a defense.
Oh.
And it doesn't even require him to hit. It triggers on when he makes an attack. So even if you have super senses going into an attack, if he attacks you, you don't even have super senses. There's no way to evade the attack for a close attack. Which was...
What's he hitting for, a 3?
He's only hitting for 3, but... But if 3 goes through every time, and you could pump that all the way up to 6 with empowers.
And it's hitting 3 for 3.
So, yeah. Well, no, it's hit. You would have to divide that damage.
Oh, okay.
But if you do it with Quake, it would be 2 through every target. And let's go to the puddle jumper, puddle leap.
Here we go. We'll
Frog Thor.
We'll see if we can get a close up of this. I don't even know what to say to this. Well,
Can you
tell me in the back where did this come from?
It
is.
It tell
you?
Yes.
I need to know because this is ridiculous.
Okay, it's the Mighty Thor, issue 364 from 1986. That is actually Thor Odinson as a frog. I think the story has something along the deal with, I don't know. Ask Scott Porter. That's all I can say. But he starts out tiny, and then at the end of his dial, he becomes a 6'6" fighting mad bullfrog.
That's not something I want to deal with.
But what he does have a nice little trick. At the beginning of the game, you generate 6 terrain markers anywhere on the map as long as they're not within 3 squares of each other. And then if he occupies water terrain, like this beautiful blue fountain, you can place him in water terrain 6 squares away for free. And then he can charge for another 4 squares in Quake or punch for 3. So now this guy, because he's a prime, 6 clicks, 40 points. Lots of value there.
So again, those that are new to the Heroclix, these primes are
Primes
what is that, a
different.
common or uncommon?
That's a rare.
Rare prime.
Now earlier we showed the silver ring, and we said that was unique.
Yes.
You can only play 1 copy of that per team.
I know this rule though.
Here we go. The green
ready?
ring.
I
Let
think
them know, Joe.
So I believe the green ring, you can only play 1 prime on your team.
That's right. You can play multiple.
So it's kind of a super value figure. Like they're all really good figures,
Right.
or value wise, but you can only play 1.
You can only play 1.
They said I didn't know the first time I built a team. I'm like, oh, I like these 2 figures, and I got 2 primes. Like, yeah, you can only play 1 of those.
Yeah.
I quit. That's dumb.
Hey, it happens.
I didn't even know they were good. They just looked cool.
Well, the difference between that and a unique, you can have multiple uniques on a team. The silver ring figure, you just can't play the same copy of the same figure.
Yeah.
So that's where it's different. You can only have 1 per team, but you can have multiple copies of uniques where 1 prime only per team. And that's main force or sideline.
Don't even get into sideline. I still don't understand that. Oh, here we go. So we're kind of out of big hits, right? Unless you get lucky.
Unless WizKids Quality Control hooks us up with another Scarlet Witch.
I believe we have 2 new figures in this pack that we have not talked about.
Yep, I concur. We got Shang Chi and Moon Knight.
I'm liking the Moon Knight figure.
I like that too. It's a good looking figure. It's the rare figure out of the pack. It's the highest rarity of the 5. That's the old Mark Spector, real name. He's a member of the Avengers, the Defenders, the Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, Midnight Suns, Detective, and Mystical. Let's see. This particular figure is 7 clicks long, 70 points. He starts off with running shot, 5 range.
We've already established is a good starting point.
Yes.
You said running shot?
Running shot, 3
For those
targets.
that don't know, let me see if I remember this one. That you can move half your value.
Correct. So you
And
can
then do a
full range.
attack.
Right. So he has
Is it rounded up or down?
It's up. So you would have a 10 square reach with this guy. He could move 5 squares and then shoot 5 squares with line of fire. 3 different targets. That's pretty good. Now, he does kind of have a bland. He only has running shot and toughness to start. But as soon as he takes damage, then he gets Steel Energy, Blades, Claws, Fangs, and Quake. And when one or more opposing characters take damage from Moon Knight's attack, you give him a Vengeance Token.
Uh-oh.
Will be mine. So he also gets a Vengeance Token when he takes damage from opposing characters. So either if he attacks with Blades, Quake, or is damaged, he gets a Vengeance Token. And then at the beginning of your turn, you may remove 2 Vengeance Tokens, and if you do, you modify his combat values by +1. And that would be his speed, his attack, his damage, and his range. So he would go up to a 6 range. And then we'll talk about Shang Chi.
Sure.
He just had his movie. And this figure for an uncommon is pretty good too. He has traded flurry and he has charge, so he can move 5 squares. And
so charge is like running shot but melee. You
exactly.
Half your move rounded up and
yep.
Punch in the face.
Punch in the face, and he has 3 targets to punch in the face.
Ooh.
And he has exploit weakness, so he could do.
What does that do? Lower their.
No, that means it's penetrating damage. So if they don't have invincible, which can reduce penetrating damage, any other defense, if he hits, say he had 3 targets, he could divide that 3, 1 point of damage to every target. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. Now he also has Incapacitate, where when he uses it, until your next turn, hit characters given an action token modified damage -1. But I think I'd rather triple flurry exploit weakness. Because Incap just adds an action token to your opponent. It doesn't do any damage to him.
Unless he fits with that other guy that when he gives him the second one.
Correct.
I don't remember what his keywords were. He doesn't fit with him, does he?
He might. And you don't always have to build on theme.
I haven't heard many the other point system. Is there just not many with those?
I would say
called?
the mission points, there's maybe 15 figures that can do that right now. It started in Wonder Woman, 80th anniversary.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. And they've released 1 or 2 figures in every set since.
Okay.
And that's both DC and Marvel sets they have that in. So.
The rest is.
I like Shang-Chi.
I give face Spider-Man. Shang-Chi might get something.
I think I'm going to give him a clap because I do like him. I really do. If I can find that sound effect, that is.
Rick lost it.
There we go. That's for you, Shang-Chi, buddy. You're my Asian sensation.
Moon Knight gets nothing.
That's right. You get the moon.
Oh, well, here's the pack I was waiting for.
They're all together.
Double Thor pack.
Okay.
I think we've seen. Oh, there's another broken Black Widow. I mean, good like meta Black Widow.
Gotcha.
Vision.
Now those Thors do not combine, believe it or not. One is a shifting focus. One is not.
Pretty cool. The one he's throwing it.
Is it the same sculpt for both figures?
It is not.
Oh,
so
okay.
Okay.
So
I always say that wrong. Mjorn, is that how you...
Mulnir.
There you go. I always say it wrong. So Mulnir, he's throwing Mulnir. They have it attached to his cape, but it's not in his hand. And then the other one has the lightning coming off it.
Oh, call down the lightning.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, we don't have to talk about Vision. We don't have to talk about Black Widow. We don't have to talk about Hawkeye. But let's talk about, this is the rare Thor. This is the shifting focus.
Which one's that? Axe? Or
that would be
the hammer thrower
031. 031.
Oh, that's the lightning one.
So
Lightning Thor.
that has running shot with one target with energy explosion top dial. But his best click is actually click 4. So once he takes some damage, maybe you can shift into that click. So then he has sidestep, penetrating psychic blast, 4 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one you can shift.
Yeah, that's the one. Now the other one is not a shifting focus Thor. That is 125 points of Thor. And
even the paint. I'm sorry, this set has been bad on the quality control.
I'm not gonna argue.
Did Scott Porter's look like this when? I mean, look at that cape. I mean, it's missing paint.
Oh, I thought somebody took a bite out of it.
That looks like teeth mark. Maybe someone did. I don't know.
I don't know.
Come on, WizKids.
Now this Thor has improved targeting.
Wait, that's not going to get us sponsored by WizKids.
I don't think it is either.
That's fine.
I don't think they're sponsoring us anytime soon. We're so low and off their radar. One day, though, Joe. One day, we hope to have a WKO. I swear, that's my dream. So let's talk about this uncommon Thor, because he has improved targeting characters. You can say, what is that? We talked about improved targeting adjacency earlier, but this is a little different. This means that he can shoot through a figure and shoot the figure behind it.
Opposing figure.
Opposing.
Normally you can't do that.
Normally you can't do that. You only.
Can you shoot through your own?
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
this one can. This you can have in the back row, shoot through 4 figures and hit something up front. So that's a good thing. And
it is throwing Mulnirs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was made by Olympic gods, right?
I think.
I don't know. Well, maybe we need to get a checkup from the neck up. We'll find out. But it's not the god of hammers. He says when he hits with a range attack after resolutions, he may use energy explosion as free, but must target a hit character. So he has 8 range, 2 targets, penetrating psychic blast. Fires that off, hits somebody, and then he fires off a free energy explosion that does penetrating damage because he has penetrating psychic blast.
Pretty good.
What's
his cost?
125 points.
For how many clicks?
7. It's a little pricey.
Was that about 15 a click?
I think that's.
Oh, that's more than that.
I think it's a little under 20.
Yeah,
a little over 20.
You said
no. I lie. It's less than 20.
Wait, you said.
It's 7 clicks for 125. It's a little over 15.
Last.
This is it?
Are we feeling lucky? Like something. All right. So, good news is you get to talk about a couple figures.
Okay.
So.
And we still have a legacy card to debut.
Oh, we did that. Oh, you opened it.
Yeah, but we didn't
talk about it yet.
That's right. Ah, Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers.
Yeah, that's one. This other figure, though, is a pretty cool looking figure. We have an Angela. Did we talk about Angela?
I don't think so.
I don't think we did.
I think we talked about her in the introduction, how she is actually a Spawn character that
maybe
they incorporated into the Marvel Universe.
Because we got Thor. We got Scourge.
Yeah, we have the common shifting focus Thor, which we've already talked about. That's the one that starts off with Charge Quake. Then we got the common Black Panther that can has the rally trait where it can
remove stuff.
No, he removes the dice
that's right,
to mess with your opponent's leadership. And I don't think we talked about the Scourge yet either.
No, we did.
No, we did the Executioner.
Oh, he looks just like him.
You've just fallen into the WizKids reuse sculpt trap.
In the same set?
They got you. It's not the first time, won't be the last. So let's talk about Angela, because I like Spawn. I like Spawn Cop, and that's where she started.
I'm really enjoying that. That's one of the better sculpts I've seen.
She has Charge with blades, and exploit weakness, and she has 2 targets. Now, here's the bummer about that. If you use blades, you can only single target. But it's all going to be penetrating.
Blades were when you do damage, you roll a d6. And
that is, and
it's like a gamble.
It is to an extent. The result can only be 1 lower than your printed damage. So if you have 3, the minimum you can do is 2.
But it could be 6.
It could be 6
to the face.
You got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, I hear you.
So she has the Guardians of the Galaxy team ability where her combat values can't be modified by opposing characters. Otherwise, she's just like a charge piece. She's, like I said, 0 range, 2 targets. At the back end, she gets some combat reflexes. So if she's based, she's even harder to hit. But she can reduce damage by 2 at the top of her dial.
She flying?
I
think she is.
I got a card down. She is a flyer. Indeed, she is. Let's talk about Scourge. He has charged running shot, top dial, dis, and order. I like that.
Dis and order?
Yeah.
Only in Wernersville.
That's right. Yeah, so he has charged running shot, a little pen blast, find a weak spot. And he also has exploit weakness. So if he's either hitting you with close combat or from the range, penetrating damage. And he has some toughness to reduce at the top of his dial, damage by 1. And then at the back of his dial, he gets some sidestep, close combat, expert combat reflexes. And then I guess the star of this particular pack is Captain Marvel. She's 6 clicks long. You can play her either at 100 points or 50. She has the Avengers team ability, which if she's given a move action, she can move 1 additional square. So she can move 12 squares instead of 11. And she also has the Guardians of the Galaxy team ability, which means, once again, her combat values cannot be modified by opposing character effects. She starts off with running shot, 1 target, 6 range, 12 attack, 4 damage. Penetrating psychic blast with probability control, top dial at 100 points.
We know how many clicks?
Only 6.
But there's some good abilities there.
There's some good. The 12 attack's very good too. She has a 12 square reach for 4 penetrating damage. I like that. All right, so I think that concludes our 10.
Yeah. So how do we? Was this a solid brick? I mean, well, you got a chase you didn't have. So
for me, this brick was solid. Yes.
Did you have Frog Guy yet?
I did.
Frog Thor.
Out of this brick, I can tell you, I didn't have the chase and I didn't have Mikhail.
So.
But it is what it is. I buy a lot of figures. So let's look at the legacy card.
Legacy cards.
Do we have one of the...
So there are 12 legacy cards, correct?
Yes, we only have 9 of the figures represented here, but...
So you are missing 3.
Yes, I am missing Hogan, not Hulk.
Oh.
Hogan, Warrior 3.
Not Ultimate Warrior.
Not Ultimate Warrior. Hogan, Warrior 3. Fandral, Warrior 3. Volstagg, Warrior 3. That's what we're missing from
our... Warrior 3 thing? I don't even...
Apparently there's 3 of them, and they're warriors.
Oh. Now that you say it.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking.
I mean, but we got Pile Driver. And right here is Pile Driver. Right here's the figure.
I'll see if I can...
Show the card. Those cards are so hard to see with the reflectivity.
So let me explain this. So Heroclix has evolved.
It has. And this is something new. This is within the last 12 months.
So this is one of the things that always rubbed me the wrong way about Heroclix is think of other collectible games like Magic. Old cards are valuable. They hold their value. They get more valuable. Heroclix, old figures, you might as well melt them. I mean, people throw them away.
They literally do.
Because they're just the power creep in the game
escalates and they're no longer viable.
So when a few years back?
No, it's
When did-
it's been less than a year that they've been doing these.
No, when did the point changes happen?
Wonder Woman, when they benched the powers and stuff
No,
like that.
when did they lower it? Remember the points used to be really high. Like you were only getting like 2 or 3 figures on your team.
That's a good question. They've been compacting the dials shorter and shorter and lower point values. I don't know, 5 years for sure.
So Pile Driver was from what, the 2017 set?
Yes.
So right now he is 1, 2, 3. He's 5 clicks for 50 points.
Right. And
Does it say what he would have been?
he used to be 75.
So they lowered his point value, and there's also formats. This is considered
Modern legal.
modern, so that goes back what, 2 years worth of
Yes.
sets.
Yes. And he will be modern legal until this set rotates, even though it's a 5-year-old figure.
So what they've done is this figure was generally worthless.
Yes, because he was nothing more.
He was overpriced.
He's a common.
You know.
I mean, you're talking a 25-cent figure.
So they've been putting these, about a year now, they've put these legacy cards in. So they can't change the dial, obviously. But what they do are give them, like now he has this live up to the name and gang up ability, which he did not have before.
That is correct.
So now they've made these figures. And it's funny because, again, like we said, I'm sure there's hundreds of people, thousands, that have thrown that figure out.
Yeah. The older the figure, the more likely it's
Like
been thrown out.
2017, people might still have this one.
Yes.
But there's ones that go back to like 2005.
There's
like,
ones that go back to the beginning of the game in 2002.
Yeah. So
Good luck finding those figures.
This figure, what would you say he goes for now? You can.
He probably jumped from 25 cents to $5.
A year ago, you couldn't probably give this away.
Right.
Like,
yeah, because you couldn't play him.
This would have been doubles for days, that James said. Like, you would just give this figure to somebody.
Somebody, please take it off my hands.
Yeah. So it's actually a cool thing. So now you must, find a storage shed too, because you never know when that legacy card is.
Well, it's definitely escalated prices on figures like Surtur here and Amir that just months ago were probably under 30 and now are over $100 each.
Yeah.
Same with this Thor's Mighty Chariot. That figure you could buy probably 3 months ago for $15.
James saying the Wrecking. No, Pile Driver. Is that who you got?
Yeah.
Is that really a $50 card?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's because.
So what did that just do to this booster brick?
It just took it to the moon, Joe.
We don't have a sound effect for the. Like I feel it. There gotta be something.
What do I want to do? How about that? Did that touch you in your warm spot?
Yeah. See, I didn't know that raised the price. Like that was a.
Well, the problem with this card is nobody has seen him. Like, even though it's a common figure, there's 12 cards, and that card just is not in circulation. So
for those that don't know, for every brick there is
one card.
So
it comes taped to the top of the case.
There's 12 of those.
So if you buy a brick,
what's the MSRP on the bricks now? They've gone up like one.
Well, this is the last at this price range. The manufactured suggested retail price of this brick is $150. It's $14.99 per booster.
I'm basically giving them away, actually.
Well, that's why you're the man. That's why our game group comes here, brother. So, we appreciate you.
Yeah, so you're talking.
Yeah.
So I guess at $50 it's still worth. Like if you're just missing it, you just buy the card.
Well, the problem is you can't even find this card right now. There's so few of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if they messed up their print run or what.
And if you're in a tournament, you must have the actual card.
Yeah, you have to have the actual legacy card.
And here's the dumb thing that I found out from you guys, from Eric. If you go to a tournament, even if you have 3 of the same common figure, you have to have 3 cards also. You cannot just use a single card, even though the cards are not.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah. And one of the other changes, which I thought was fantastic in the game, is they put the dial on the back of the card.
Yeah, there's people that are still salty about it. I love it.
like you used to have to know all your. I mean,
You pretty much memorized your dials. Before.
but that could be on your team. That could mean you memorize 100 clicks or 80 clicks.
I mean, there's.
And then you have to know your opponent's team on site, and like, come on,
Yeah.
you need to be Mensa.
At one time, yes.
Like I don't.
Now you don't have to be Ments.
Or yeah, or broke.
Or broke. So
they definitely did. There are some cool things that they did, but
yeah. I can't complain about that. I like that they're.
The dial in the back is just I think is how like.
I don't really have a problem with the new rules. I think it's just speeding up the game and whatever.
Technically, it should be open information. Like
yeah, exactly. It's an open
like,
information
who can memorize
game.
more information? Like that's.
I don't think that's cool either. I shouldn't have to know 3,000 dials to be a player.
How would you?
Exactly.
All right, I digress.
All right, well.
Did we explain that? So what's new on, or did you say I'm lost?
Well,
did we explain what's new on?
I don't know. I know he can't be targeted by ranged attacks or outwit if he's on click 1, or if he's within 3 squares of a debris marker. And the funny thing is, he has improved targeting, destroys blocking, so he can run through a wall and then there'll be a debris marker. And if he's within 3 squares of it, he can't be ranged attacked or targeted by outwit on any click.
I will say a lot of their abilities are very thematic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of not play tested, but thematic. Wait, that's not gonna get us help. Like Whiz kids, we love.
He has a gang up trait that if he's adjacent to a friendly character with the wrecking crew keyword and an opposing character, he takes a maximum of 2 damage from attacks. So
we did not get the 4th in this brick.
We did not.
Or
we did not.
You do have him, though, right?
I do have him already. He's a prime.
So now do you have all the legacy cards for these guys yet?
No. I think I have 5 out of 12.
Do you have doubles?
Yes. Of Thor Loki, and I don't even own that figure. But I have it here today for the unboxing.
That's not yours?
No. I just know people. That's what I do. I'm an enabler.
Where did that figure come from?
That one came from Eric.
Oh.
That's the old Hex Ryder. He came through with both Beta Ray Bill, the Thor Loki double, and Thor's Chariot. The rest are mine.
Cool.
But, we appreciate our play group. We appreciate letting us borrow the figures for the stream. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch, Facebook, any social media that Joe does.
Zach, what is this? He's like, the Warriors 3, you dinguses. Like, what?
The Warriors 3.
Now I got to Google this.
Oh, jeez. There goes the stream.
Warrior, what is it, Marvel?
It's Asgardians. The
Warriors 3.
The one.
He called, look, he didn't say dingus me. He said dinguses, plural.
I know.
So he threw you in the dingus category.
That's what I think about that.
Why do I care about the Warriors 3? Because it says Lady Sif and the Warriors 3. Lady Sif's decapitated. I mean,
all I know is the ones immensely.
They were a team of elite Asgardian warriors, composed of some of the best warriors of. Well, if you are elite Asgardian warriors, won't you be composed? Like, is that necessary?
I don't know. Volstagg is. He's very obese. So I don't know how he can be an elite warrior.
What is obese? I need smaller words. What is that? I don't even know what that is.
He's fat.
Oh, fat. Okay. I gotta click on Volstagg now. Oh.
He's an eater, dude. He's a foodie.
He looks like a Viking kind of like.
I think that's a live action version.
Okay.
That doesn't do him justice.
We are way off topic here.
It's in the Asgardian realms.
It's the what is it? We got the Thor cronies. We got spam. Oh, it's the FBI. It's legit. Oh, it's someone we got first time. FBI. Want to become famous? Buy followers, Prime, and viewers. No, we don't want to buy. We don't buy followers. Followers come to us.
I think
I don't know what that
we got
is.
stuff going on in the chat that we gotta nuke people now.
I don't know.
Do we have to have an administrator for our chat? It's only our first stream.
I looked away to
1 second
to Google
Volstagg.
Not even what is it? Warrior
3
I don't
dingus.
remember. Because I was called a dingus, and then we get that in the chat. Oh my goodness! All right, well we are signing off from what were we calling this today?
The Marvel Heroclix War of the Realms unboxing.
No, what was the studio?
Oh, the Psychic Warfare is Real Studios.
There we go.
So for
my
my man Joe, the mayor of Heroclix Flavor, and for Slick Tricky Rick, the Ayatollah of Clixola, we thank you for watching the stream.
And what was your, if you're not?
Oh, if you ain't testing after tournaments, you ain't flexing.
There you go. And on that note, we are out. Good night.
Thanks for watching.